Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Juggernaut, and this is World of Tanks. I'm sure you already know that, but what you don't know is that I haven't played this game in months, and this is a replay of the very first game I have played in this roller coaster of emotions that is World of Tanks in probably more than 6 months, I think. Maybe even more than that. Actually, I think it's nearing on it's closer to a year now than 6 months. Either way, first of all, happy to report, I still got it, baby. As you're going to see from this replay and one more later. A little bit of luck, a little bit of gold, and a little bit of skill. That's all good. Basically, I wanted to just sort of toot my own horn in this video. I'm joking, though that's partially what is going to happen. It's like riding a bicycle, you know, some skills you don't forget. And I've played World of Tanks long enough to you know, permanently remember many of them. Though, when it comes to this tortoise, well, look, let's just say I'm going to be a bit stingy, not load gold, and we're going to have problems dealing with it. But realistically, we didn't need to have problems dealing with it. But anyways, 2 points in this video. One, I'd like to talk about something that I've seen happen really all over the place, but mostly in online chats and comments and stuff like that. Sometimes on Twitter, but I'm pretty sure nobody likes Twitter anymore. Like, I haven't met anyone that's like, yeah, I love going to Twitter, it's a really wholesome place. No, it's a cesspit of toxicity and, you know, insults and everything vile about humanity, but we occasionally do go there for various reasons. Either way, happens on Twitter, happens on like, YouTube comments and stuff, and that is, people apparently love to explain things that they don't know much about. I think this is a phenomenon that's getting worse and worse. That was one hell of an unlucky shot. I think this is a phenomenon that's getting worse and worse as the anonymity of the internet sort of enables it. And you would think that people would grow out of it sort of with time. I think this is getting worse and worse. And I have a specific example that kind of ticked me off and made me want to make the video. But that's sort of secondary. The primary thing I want to talk about is enjoyment in video games. Because, you see, I didn't really enjoy World of Tanks for a good while. The time I stopped playing was, I'm not sure how much exactly, but a little bit after the the second to last or the last marathon, the one for the Soviet Tier 8 Premium Heavy Tank. And I completed that marathon, and I documented me completing that marathon. And just the roller coaster of emotions I've had. Some days were really good. I felt happy with my performance. I felt good. Other days, I had good performance, and I had bad performance, depending on the battle. And in the bad performance, I would feel terrible. In the good performance, I would feel barely adequate. Even though I was getting the job done, I felt like I was lagging behind. And yeah, short of it is, I wasn't. I finished the marathon with plenty of time, plenty of time left in it. Actually, many YouTubers finish the marathon twice, and Twitch creators and stuff, but to be fair, they play the game for, you know, they have played the game for insane periods of time, and they play the game for 8, 10, 12 hours a day, some of them, so of course they'll finish the marathon. Me, I had to balance it with work, with uni, with all sorts of things, so you understand why it was, you know, understand why it was a little bit more exciting and challenging. Either way, what's the point of the video? Lengthy pause, completely accidental. I got a message on my phone, sorry. Point of the video is, it's alright to stop playing something if you stop enjoying it. And I think a lot of people, especially in the World of Tanks community, this is a really special game. You know, if you've spent hundreds or even thousands of both dollars and hours in a game, it's really difficult to stop playing it, right? Even if the game hates your guts and you hate its guts, it's kind of really difficult to be like, you know what, sod it, I'm out. No, you're invested. You are really, really invested. So yeah, a game like this obviously a little bit more difficult to stop, but in general, right? It's okay to stop when you don't enjoy the game anymore. And what happened to me was, basically, I went from having a good time in the game, second or third marking vehicles. Doesn't matter what that is if you don't play World Tanks. It's difficult challenges that you complete for the tanks, right? I went from that. I still got it, boys. I went from all of that to basically still having the same level of performance, or actually better. I kept getting better at the game. Obviously, the more you play, the better you're going to get if you really try and focus on improving and really think about what you're doing in battles. And I was getting better, and it was a steady, slow progression, as it is. But somewhere after the marathon, and after those many, many hours every day of playing and grinding through difficult sessions, I lost the spark, the will, and the enjoyment for the game. It just wasn't there. The reason it wasn't there was probably just burnout, you know? And what I found was I didn't really want to get into another vehicle and fight. I didn't want to play anymore. And if I had a great battle, if I had a 5,000, 6,000 damage battle, I would be like, yeah, okay, that's fine. And if I had anything less than, 2,000, I'll be like, this is a disaster. Or like anything less than 3,000 combined, this is a terrible battle. And grinding experience, credits, vehicles, crew experience, all of that didn't really have any appeal anymore. Just got burned out, and ultimately I stopped, came back 6 months later, and I'm having a lot more fun with it. Some things have changed in the game, of course. We have Arnold Schwarzenegger in the garage, or we will have in a couple of days. That's all great, so yeah, the game's still similar. Artillery has been rebalanced, so and I'm feeling it. I am genuinely feeling it. Artillery has been castrated. From the time I've played to now, artillery's been castrated. Two ways. It's not just that the SPGs themselves are worse, it's that fewer people are playing them, which means there's fewer per team in each battle, which means, yeah, artillery's been castrated, so that's phenomenal, honestly, as a heavy tanker most of the time. Heavy and mediums, I can both. It really helps. It really helps a lot with my enjoyment of the game. So yeah, anyways, do the same with any game. Stop for a few months, come back to it later with a fresh perspective. A couple of things will change. You'll love it even more. Now, let's go into the other thing and the other replay. And the second part of the video, which I'm realizing is now turning more into a vlog of some sorts, with gameplay in the background more than anything else, let's get into it, is this. So, I hung around a live stream of someone a couple of days ago, and there was a discussion in the comments, because it was an Arma live stream, so Arma 3. And there was a discussion about weaponry. Specifically about cartridges and ammunition and stuff like that. And, oh boy, the amount of just outright incorrect things, lies and half-truths, but mostly lies, spread around the comments is kind of mind-boggling. And it kind of fascinates me, and I'm not here to judge anyone for doing it, or to, call people out or whatever, or to be your internet dad when it comes to these things. I have no interest in any of that. The sort of reason I wanted to talk about it is it kind of fascinates me that people are so committed to what they're saying, even though they don't have any idea what they're talking about, right? Specifically, someone mentioned M118, that's M118, the round. And someone said that round is chambered in, or not chambered in, sorry, but that round's diameter is 5.56. No, it's not. It's 7.62. Also known as 7.62 NATO. And someone tried to correct him, and the person was vehement that it's 5.56. Next exam, and then like, alright, that's one thing. 2 minutes later, discussion turns to 5.56, and someone says that 5.56 is the exact same round as 223 Remington. Kind of, not really. And then someone chimes in and says, oh no, that's not true because military rifles will fire both, but civilian rifles won't. That's not true either. I mean, look, it's not completely unbased, all of this. It has some basis in reality, what they're speaking about. 5.56 and 2.23 are virtually speaking the same round. If you can feed 5.56 into a rifle, you can feed 2.23 Remington into it and it will shoot. However, they are not literally the same round with different names. If they were, there wouldn't be any point in calling them different, right? Well, I guess there might be because Europeans don't use inches and stuff like that, but not really. The amount of powder within 5.56 and 2.23 is black powder. Black powder, god damn it. It's not black powder. Quite the opposite. Black powder guns are a thing of the past. Now I'm bullshitting. The amount of powder inside those two rounds is not identical. The velocity that they achieve is similar, but it's not identical. The pressure that builds in the barrel once firing 5.56 and 2.23 Remington is not identical. To all intents and purposes, it's the same round. However, 5.56 is generally considered the more quote-unquote military of the two, in that it has slightly better performance. Better meaning it's slightly faster, it's has a slightly more penetration to it, slightly more kick to it, etc., etc. So in that sense, better. At least here, in my country and in Europe, I'm pretty sure it's the same in America, and that the American military uses 5.56, whereas 2.23 Remington is reserved for hunting, civilian use, etc., etc. At least I've heard so. Take that with a pinch of salt. I'm not sure. I'm not in the American. I'm not in the American army. I don't supply them with ammunition. I don't know, anything from first-hand research or experience. This is what I was told. But regardless of what I was told, the fact of the matter is it's not the identical round just with a different name. There's more to it. But that's not even, the biggest problem of this. The problem is that then discussion continued and more people kept chiming in, and then we went over to 7.62 Soviet. That's 7.62 times 54R and 7.62 times 39. And then someone tried to make the claim that 7.62 times 39 and 7.62 times 25 is the same round. Which, first of all, you can clearly see from the numbers that it's not. Second of all, one is a pistol round, the other one is an assault rifle round. Assault rifle being a kind of term that doesn't necessarily really mean anything, but you know what I mean. The AK-47 and all its million variants use 7.62 times 39, or 5.45, but let's stick with the bigger caliber, right? Either way, yeah, that's just not true. And then also someone made the comment that the SVD uses, what was it, some pistol round or something, which is ridiculous. How would you put a pistol round in a bloody SVD? Snajperskaya Wintowka Dragunova, right? That's what it stands for, SVD. It's a sniper rifle. When have you seen a sniper rifle use fucking, 9mm or something? You just don't do it. I mean, I'm not saying they don't exist. There's probably something out there. Someone was crazy enough, right? And you can pull it off. I'm not saying you can't. 9mm is a pretty versatile round, but the question is, why would you? There's no pragmatic, real reason to do something like that. Yeah, it's just this whole chat was filled with 7 or 8 people spewing nonsense. And it's not just they share their opinion or what they believe to be true, it's that they vehemently defend what is objectively false. And I'm kind of fascinated as to why. Why would you do that? It's really been lost, hasn't it? This idea that if you don't know something, you could just say, I'm not in a position to comment. I don't know. I don't know anything about ammunition. I don't know anything about guns. Okay, I have this gun and I'm new to it and I don't know anything about it. Or I know a lot about guns, but I don't know anything about this particular round that we're talking about, or I don't remember. It's fine to say that. You're not the lesser man for it. And yet, it's just been lost nowadays. Everyone has to know everything. They have to be a walking encyclopedia of knowledge, whatever that knowledge is. And, yeah. It's sad, but anyways, this was an amazing bloody battle. The results don't show it yet, because there's around 900 damage missing from the results in the lower left corner of the screen from that SU that I hit with both barrels of the gun. Or with both guns, if you will. Not quite sure how you would treat this. Like, is it one gun with 2 barrels, or is it 2 separate guns? Well, either way, with this double-barreled shotgun, I've hit him for like 900, I think, or 800 something, and yeah. Anyways, great battle. Really happy with it. Brothers in Arms, 8 kills between me and the ELC, and yeah. It's been fun. It's been fun. Both of those battles have been pretty darn fun. Not super close, but not super far away either. 15-7 is, you know, up there. It's not 15-1 like a lot of the battles are, or 15-3 and stuff like that. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This has been my quick little rant about those two things, and yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, have fun, take care, and bye-bye.